Hi, second graders. Today we're going, in our shared reading time, we're going to be reading the book, Those Darn Squirrels. This book is by Adam Rubin, illustrated by Daniel Samari. Now that means that Adam Rubin wrote the words and Daniel Samari drew the pictures. Now we want to take a little sneak peek like what we've been talking about today, this week. And I want to look, those darn squirrels. So it sounds like somebody might be a little angry, right? Those darn squirrels. I see the words and that exclamation mark. And I see all these little crazy squirrels over here. And look at the guy. He looks a little cartoonish, doesn't he? Kind of funny. So it could be that it's somewhat of a funny book as well. So now that we've got our head ready to read the story, let's continue. Those darn squirrels. Now look at this page. Do you see that there seems to be a lot of pictures of birds? And it looks almost like an artist studio, doesn't it? So I bet that somewhere along the way, birds are going to have something to do with this book. Okay? Let's start reading. On the outskirts of town, at the else of the forest, there was a little old house. Now remember, as good readers, we are always asking ourselves if we know what we just read. And does that make sense? On the outskirts of town, at the else of the forest, there was a little old house? That doesn't make sense, does it? I need to go back and read that again because I don't know what the else of the forest would be. So let me look at that word. On the outskirts of town, at the Oh, that word's not else. It doesn't even have an S, does it? It's edge of the forest. On the outskirts of town, at the edge of the forest, there was a little old house. The only thing older than the little house was the man who lived in it, Old Man Fookwire. Old Man Fookwire was so old that when he sneezed, dust came out. He was also a grump. He hated pie. He hated puppies. Wow, that sure shows me that he was grumpy, doesn't it? Who hates pie and puppies? The only thing he liked was birds. Ah, now that picture makes sense, doesn't it? All summer long, the old man pointed pictures of the birds that visited his backyard. Wait a minute. Does that make sense? Pointed pictures? I better go back and read that again because that doesn't quite make sense. All summer long, the old man painted. Oh, painted pictures. All summer long, the old man painted pictures of the birds that visited his backyard. There were whirlybirds and bongabirds, baba birds and yaba birds. Even a rare flugelbird came by once or twice. Fookwire's paintings weren't very good, but the birds never said anything. When the air turned crisp and the leaves began to change color, the old man grew sad. He knew that soon the birds would fly south for the winter, as they did every year, and that he would be lively. Now wait a minute. If your friends were leaving you, would you be lively? I think I better go back and read that again. He knew that soon the birds would fly south for the winter as they did every year, and that he would be lonely. Lonely. Now that makes sense. If your friends leave, you would be lonely. Then he had an idea. If he fed the birds, maybe they would stick around. So tomorrow we're going to find out if the birds stick around. Have a great day.